Hi, I'm Dave Brumbaugh. I'm a director of consulting with Bentley. I am a longtime Bentley employee, 25 years now, and I have mostly been involved with the ProjectWise platform. Hopefully, most of the people that are attending this have been able to have interacted with me or with members of my team over the years. We strive to advocate for users who are trying to increase their efficiency and streamline their workflows within ProjectWise. We have a number of different tools that we employ in order to achieve those goals. So if you're familiar with ProjectWise Connect Edition, you know that it's really the premier engineering content management platform. In addition, what you get now with the addition of the kind of website components for ProjectWise, deliverables management, ability to use ProjectWise sharing, catalog services, as well as support for working in a hybrid environment where we're talking about systems that can be partially hosted by Bentley, partially hosted in other various cloud vendors' systems, as well as having a presence on-prem as our users have had traditionally in the past. The ProjectWise projects, and particularly connected projects, are a key component of what we call integrated project delivery here. And when integrated project delivery is adopted, we know that users can then use that in order to virtualize their execution of their projects around the world globally, as well as increase their supply chain collaboration. What I particularly want to talk about today is work process automation, where we go into the mechanisms we're using to make it easy for people to provision their projects. We think that by automating this process, you can increase the quality of your projects as well as the repeatability of your projects by reusing the same structures over and over again. One of the outcomes of that is the ability to use our Project Insight service in order to have performance visibility into your projects. ProjectWise has always contained engineering data, and within ProjectWise, we've had various organizational schemes to organize that data. The first project organization scheme was simply folders and folder trees. And folders contain documents, as you might expect, but in addition, it had the ability to have workflows applied to them, have document metadata schemes, what we call environments, applied to them. And folders could be a container for access security, having to do with which users could access documents, which users could edit documents, which users could change workflow states on documents, which users could change document metadata values. The concept of rich projects, which are now called work areas, was developed after as kind of an enhancement to the idea of containing engineering data within folders, where we were able to add on folder level metadata, which was inheritable down to documents. But the ask from the users was to be able to have project level metadata something that applied to all of the engineering content for a project at the folder level. The work area is created from a template, from a pre-created template, which can contain template documents, can contain environments, folder metadata, different sets of folder metadata, which we call project types or project property sets. Workflows can be pre-applied to various folders within a project template, as can security. Specific applications can be associated with a project template, and other resources that might be defined within your data source can be applied directly to that project template. And when that project template is used, then of course those same settings are applied to the new project instance. With the advent of Connect and kind of Bentley's web presence, it became obvious that we needed a hub for the project-related data that our users were putting up into ProjectWise, to the Bentley cloud. And so the connected project became that hub off of which project data and various Connect services could be associated. The connected project can exist without reference to a traditional ProjectWise DI project, and ProjectWise DI is our abbreviation, or PWDI is our abbreviation for ProjectWise Design Integration, which is kind of the traditional ProjectWise, running on a server, many times on a user's premises, but it can also be the ProjectWise DI server running in our managed services environment. But the user can access that connected project from the ProjectWise DI project within ProjectWise Explorer, and it can actually also create the corresponding connected project from within Explorer. The work area connection then came into being in order to close that loop between the connected project back to the ProjectWise DI project. And so now we've got we needed that shortcut to be able to provide this kind of light web browser interface back in to the ProjectWise DI project into the folders and documents that you would see in a regular ProjectWise DI project. And that's like I say, the link back from the web hub, the connected project, back to that project, ProjectWise DI. The work area connection is necessary to embed the ProjectWise Teams tab in your Teams channel. So let's talk a little bit about ProjectWise projects. So as I said, they start from a project template and then it gets instantiated into a work area instance. And then in order to start consuming these other connected services, you'll need a connected project. And from the connected project, you then need the work area connection to get back to the work area instance. And then once you have that work area connection, you can then set up your ProjectWise Teams tab. So automated project provisioning then comes out of the fact that we think the ProjectWise projects are key to organizing and containing content in ProjectWise and making it easy to navigate. And as this project container has become more data rich, because as we've talked about, we've got a lot of common elements within the ProjectWise data source that are contained in the project container. Now we've also got various flavors of web artifacts that need to be created in order to create this full-blown project container. And then, of course, you start talking about having that that project data then become available via the Teams interface, which many users are adopting. So a lot of that has become, so as it's become more, what we think, more powerful and more data rich, the project provisioning process has just become more time consuming for administrators. Over the years, we've provided users with many utilities and services, and now, of course, PowerShell to simplify the process of project provisioning. However, there's still some shortcomings to being able to use that. Some of which is just being able to fire off PowerShell scripts at the necessary times in order to generate projects. And in addition, now we're seeing the advent of this robotic process automation, RPA, and enterprise data centers. We wanted to be able to provide a way to integrate project provisioning with these other enterprise workflows. So we've come up with the ProjectWise Project Templating Service. This is packaged as a web service that users can install on-prem, side by side with their web services gateway on the same Internet Information Server instance. Soon, this should also be available for users to request to be installed on their hosted managed services servers, which are now running Web Services Gateway. The benefit here is to provide this hands-free project provisioning based on messaging from other components that in your back office workflow. So, for instance, a request for project creation in some kind of ticketing system like ServiceNow. Maybe the creation of a new project in your scheduling system, Primavera, possibly. The establishment of a new work breakdown structure entry in your accounting system of a particular type. Really, any system that supports webhooks, and many of them do now, of course, and including Power Automate from Microsoft, could then leverage this ProjectWise Project Templating Service to cause a project to be provisioned based on these messages from other systems. The consulting service is associated with installing the service, the web service, and integrating it into the various workflows that you might be trying to consume messages from, are provided as a user success blueprint, which is how we're trying to help people with adoption of this particular technology. The service contains some additional APIs, which again we think will be useful in this kind of back office automation scenario. One of which is the creation of Bear connected projects. We see that there is the opportunity that people may very well just want to create Bear connected projects without creating any of the ProjectWise DI artifacts. We've built in there an asynchronous upgrade for existing ProjectWise DI work areas to connected projects that you can initiate from the web API. We, of course, have document attribute extract and update, which you would expect for a web service interface to ProjectWise. We have the ability to initiate a document copy between data sources. We have also just a built-in document creation from a web form, which is something that is kind of not what we normally, not the way the user are used to creating documents in ProjectWise, but in many web workflows, we think that that's the what people are more used to. We also have reference-aware bulk document downloads. We built in lookup table updating. This is something else that we think that a back office enterprise process may be interested in doing, performing against your ProjectWise data source when lookup data for environment metadata needs to be updated, needs to be synchronized with some kind of other system. We've built that into the web API. We've done project property updatings built into the web API. Project audit trail reporting, similar to our notifications you may be familiar with, which can also now be initiated from the web service and emailed to various interested parties. Cross data source document search is something that's included in the web API. We built in user management such that from the web API you can add users, you can add groups to user lists, you can manage membership, and you can add users to connected projects and roles on the web. I'm going to break from the presentation right now in order to do some demonstrations. Here I'm showing you my phone, and what I'm going to do is work on my phone here for a minute. I'm going to go to my, I'm going to go to Chrome on my phone, and I'm going to just input data into a regular web form, and here, create that. I think this is kind of a cool feature that they'll send me a text when it's done if it's properly configured. So I hit the create button there. That'll go off and create that project. When it's done, we'll get a text as well as an email. There's the text coming in. I'm going to also, to demonstrate just another kind of simple way to use the API, is I'm going to send a text message and have it create a project for me with that text message. So let's say create. I'm going to call this we received the request there. And a project was created there. Now, you see I've got links to the projects here in the text, but I don't think that the mobile case is best for navigating to the various artifacts that we created. So let me go to my email now, because I've gotten emails from both of these project creations that I did here. So that was the first one, and this is the second one. We can just go to one. But here we've got a link. So here you see this was the project that we just created with from the text message. Let's see, you should be able to see over here under the access control. You can also see the way that we use template groups and user lists in order to create project-specific groups and user lists. There's more. If we want to go now to the connected project, I think this is the other one. Here we can see this is the work area connection. And the other thing that's kind of neat that we can go see is the Teams channel. But here you can see we're in a channel that I created with this with the name of this project, and you'll also see that we've got a tab here, which is the tab that points back to the work area connection in ProjectWise. So we've got all of this. Which is the same content that we see on the web. I also wanted to show, this is quite a bit more technical, but it might give some of the developer-focused people in the audience an idea of the APIs that are available now. And here you can see the various APIs, like the here you got creating the connected projects in various ways, doing the upgrade of the DI projects to connect, manipulating document attributes, updating them, doing document copies, creating documents. This uses a web form, as you can see here. choose a file and create a document. Of course, the file download, the net, which is reference file aware, the lookup table update, a project, the various project creation APIs, generating the project trail audit, the project audit trail report, and doing a project properties update. In addition, here's a query that'll bring you back reference files for given documents, executing a save search in a data source. This is the search that will go across multiple data sources. As you can see here, we have the ability to pass in multiple data sources. The forms interface for creating a project, and then here's the user management API. So, as you can see, I think it's pretty full-featured, and that our intent is to keep adding more capability as it becomes identified to us. So let me go back to this. So many of these things I've made available as videos, which you'll have from the PowerPoints here. And then any questions you might have, I'd encourage you to contact me at dave.brumbaugh@bentley.com. New releases of our PowerShell module, you probably know I announce on my LinkedIn feed because I've got that all automated when I do the release. And so I think that's it. If you follow me there, you'll be able to see the newest releases of the module. I will start announcing new releases of the ProjectWise Project Templating Service there as well in LinkedIn. Our intent is to make it a fairly frequent release cycle as we start adding capability to it. There's scripts available today for installing the service. That's it. You would need to run that I would recommend doing it in a regular PowerShell window on a clean, newly created VM. And then that will download all the components that you need and get you set up to run the web API. So I thank you for your attention. And I think we're going to head into a question and answer session here. So thanks for attending.